Hey YouTube family, it is Sammy and I'm actually sitting on my couch here in my East Harlem, NYC apartment that I have had for 10 years. It's been a long time. I don't even know how to begin this vlog. I don't often vlog on this channel and I haven't shared a video on this channel for a very long time. And if you've been a follower or a subscriber, you know that I got back into it and I was like creating all this great content and then I just stopped. Well, this video is to share with you some reasons why I stopped and why I'm starting again and how you can partake in this epic Euro thrift trip adventure that I have been planning since December, and that is going down on May 8th. Or beginning on May 8th. So anyway, I was just a little animated there. I'm trying to do this in one take, and I really want to talk to you guys like we're actually having a conversation, like you and me, you know, sitting, having some coffee, maybe a croissant or two, wearing, you know, our thrifted finds. This is that I'm gonna do something awesome shirt. I actually thrifted this for a guy I was seeing, and we stopped seeing each other, so I kept the shirt. His loss. Okay, so back to why I'm here in front of you. So if you have been a subscriber since 2010, I first want to thank you. If that is you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. You have seen me grow up. You have seen almost 10 years of my transformation, particularly if you've continued to follow on other social media outlets. And this is not about me, but you've been there to support me, and I just want to thank you. If you, excuse me, if you had left or just decided, you know, that I wasn't creating content of value, I don't think I'd be sitting here in front of you, because I would have given up on producing content for YouTube and staying active, at least to some degree. So last year, if you watched some of my videos, you know that I ended a 3-year relationship that I thought was a wonderful relationship when I first entered it, and ended up being very just not positive for the time that I was in it. I really lost sight of who I was and what I was here to do, and allowed the toxic negative energy of that experience to linger. Everything is a lesson learned. We can still love people that weren't right for us. However, it is still a regret that I really, of my own choice, decided to put my passions to the side. Now, there's always a silver lining, because I was able to discover other business opportunities and grow and learn and shift. But I sometimes think if I hadn't made that decision, where would I be on this journey? But I'm only going to know why I had to have that pause looking back. So I don't need to know that answer right now. But let me explain to you why I started on YouTube again last year after ending that relationship, and then also why I took a pause. So I started on YouTube last year again, and it was just like my soul was being like caressed or hugged or like told everything's gonna be okay because you are fulfilling your creative desires. And I really had no expectations with releasing again on YouTube. I just wanted to become a more powerful storyteller, and I wanted my content to be as I guess artful as possible. Is that a word? Artful? And I obviously wanted to spread vintage and thrift love. So come July, I launched a Facebook group. I had launched my tours in New York City, which I swear to you, God whispered in my heart to do it. And by July, I was making almost $1,000 a week leading these tours. And I decided to launch a Facebook group. And again, God was like, thrift babes. I even thought of I was like thrift queens. I was like thrift gals, like all these different, you know, different ways to say thrift and girl and, you know, powerful energy. But thrift babes, it just made complete sense, thrift babes. And so I launched that, I think, the end of July. And so if you're not part of that Facebook group, that is linked below. It is amazing. We're almost 2,000 people strong. And it is because of that Facebook group that I have built a business again that is serving women through secondhand style, helping women to live their best lives in looks for less, and to empower us all to be authentic and conscious and awake. Not just about our own lives, but concerning humanity, the changes that get to take place on this planet moving forward, and just everything that we are equipped to do that's positive, because we are powerful, beautiful, and special. So I had to pause on YouTube. You probably know this. I'm not trying to complain, but it takes a hell of a lot of time to produce some of those videos I was producing. It is fun, but I need to make some money, honey. And I also can't be like staying up until 3 a.m. and not sleeping. But here's the thing, I love it. I love creating content for YouTube. I mean, in this moment, I'm excited to be talking to you guys. Like, I can't wait for you to watch this and just to be able to have this conversation with you. It's just such a privilege that we have this technology at our fingertips. So basically, just to back up, Euro thrift trip. If you haven't already checked out the link below, I have a link to a newsletter landing page. I want you guys to sign up for that newsletter to get all the updates. But basically, I've had this vision on my heart to tour the US, Europe, something, and explore secondhand culture in places that I'm not familiar with. The US would be awesome, but here's the thing. I have an Airbnb business. I have my tours in Airbnb, my thrift and flea market tours, and then I rent out my spare bedroom. So I meet people from all around the world. And so the last 5 years, it's just been fed into my soul. Go to Europe, go to Europe, go to Europe. And basically, I just finally caved, and December 26th, I bought a one-way ticket to London, and I think it was slightly under $300 because it was far out enough. I've actually paid for it with air miles since, which is awesome! Thrifty Travels. And I just decided, you know what? I don't have all the money in the world right now. I had to go through my savings last year because of my change in circumstances with leaving my partner and moving back to the city and paying double rent for a period of time, and just doing so many different things that cost money, and I wasn't really making the money that I had been making. So anyway, again, not to complain. I trust the universe. I trust that things are going to work out, and it's because of the generosity of people from Airbnb and Instagram that I almost have free accommodations the entire trip. So I'm hoping that this trip is going to be $1,500, $1,500 USD or less. But here's what I'm doing, guys. So I am going to Europe, and I am not bringing clothes. I am bringing an empty suitcase with the exception of underwear. So that's bra, panties, socks, makeup. Makeup's necessary. Not a lot though. And then the clothes on my body and a pair of shoes. So the pair of shoes will most likely be a utilitarian pair of boots. And I'm thrifting the whole time. I literally have to. Like, there's no question that I have to thrift because I won't have clothes and I won't be able to afford buying new clothes. So I land in London on May 8th. I will be in Brighton for a night as well. That's in the UK. Then I head to Brussels. Then I go to Paris, back to Brussels, then to Amsterdam, then to Copenhagen, then to Helsinki, Finland, down to Munich, Berlin, over to Munich, Berlin. Oh, down to Munich, Germany, over to Berlin, Germany, to Prague, and back, and I fly back. That is 29 days, guys. I'm gonna come back with a huge suitcase full of finds, and I'm gonna sell them to you guys so I can recoup some of my costs. They're gonna be super affordable, and you can have a piece of thrift or vintage fashion from Europe. So basically, I'm gonna be creating YouTube videos, IGTV videos, and a lot of Facebook Lives. I have my handy dandy Lumix in front of me. I will have her with me vlogging style. We'll hopefully create some really great stories for you, but really the intention of creating content for YouTube again in Europe is because, and again, I want to be really real with you guys. I don't want to just talk like I'm a host. I just, like, you know, when I got back on, I'm gonna cry again. When I got back on YouTube last year, it was so fulfilling because I just felt like I was, being who I was meant to be as an artist. Dressing myself is absolutely art, but there's just something so fulfilling about creating a piece of visual imagery through video, in particular for me, that it just touches my soul. And I love pushing myself out of my comfort zone, and I love thinking, can I do it? And then I do it. And I have a degree in journalism, so I consider myself a journalist of secondhand fashion, and that's what I'm going to do in Europe. So my intention is to create a video for every city, maybe two, if I can bust out some smaller videos. And then if you sign up for my newsletter, do a travel diary where at least every other day I'll be sending you guys updates and just really talking to you guys like you're my friend, like, dear friend, this is what's happening. And then hopefully after the trip, I'll be able to release some sort of small ebook that you guys can download that will have more information about everywhere I went and, you know, things I learned and just like how to do Europe as a thrifter. I mean, I'm not going to every single city, so none of this is comprehensive, and I only have so much time, and I'm not the New York Times, but I am Sammy Davis, and I am an artist, and I am passionate, and I don't have any expectations about it. I mean, I'm not trying to monetize the trip. I'm just trying to do it. I'm just trying to meet people and experience life and do what makes me happy and create content. Like it's a content trip. I keep telling people, I'm like, it's a content generation trip. So the people I'm staying with who are being so generous and letting me stay with them, I'm like, hey, hopefully you're okay being in a video, because you're going to be in a video, or at least you're going to be able to say hi. So you guys, I'm going to be back on YouTube. You know, I'm coming back. I will be very tired editing the videos because I'll be traveling and experiencing and, you know, trying to take care of myself while, you know, I'm in Europe for 29 days. But most likely I'll be drinking wine, coffee, brie, and bread the entire time. So hopefully my face doesn't explode, or maybe I'll lose weight. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're only young for so long. And, you know, with my mom almost passing last year, and just recognizing that in terms of being taken care of, I've always been taken care of by the universe as long as I keep working, as long as I keep moving forward. Having happiness and having your life taken care of with abundance that may or may not be a huge amount, right? That's the secret to success. I mean, I don't want to be unhappy making $200,000. It's not worth it to me. I'd rather be happy making 75 or 65. So I have visions of being a millionaire, but I know that that vision's going to come true in just the most authentic of ways. So this is me being such a listener of my heart, and I hope it inspires you. I hope that if you have something, and I'm going to start to cry again, if you have something that's been on your heart for a long time and you're not sure how to create it, just like I wasn't sure how to create Euro Thrift Trip, because it's definitely been in my heart for a while. Creating content like this has been in my heart for a while. Sometimes you just gotta keep doing the best you can with what you have, and you see people that just shoot to the top, but you don't know how many hours it took. You don't know the adversity that they had to go through. You don't know what they're sacrificing right here in this moment that maybe you just can't sacrifice right now. But if you stick with it, the opportunity is going to be there. And maybe you won't be an award-winning, you know, journalist or, you know, business owner or baker or whatever your passion is, but you're an award-winning whatever you are if you do it for yourself. I mean, that's really what it's about. It's not about doing it for external validation. It's about doing it for yourself. And I think that's why this trip makes me cry so much, because I'm really just doing it for myself and you guys, but I'm doing it for myself. And that feels so good. And I feel so at peace with that. And that's a wonderful feeling. So I hope you guys sign up for my newsletter. Oh my gosh, people are texting me and I don't even know what they're saying. Sign up for my newsletter below so that you can get all the deets and all the updates. And if you're on my newsletter already for Thrift Babes, this is a different thing, so be sure to sign up for it still. Pass it on, share this video. I'm going to be uploading a very similar video to IGTV and Thrift Babes, my Facebook group, which is also linked below. And again, keep on spreading that vintage and thrift love. What you do matters, who you are matters, and every moment is as precious as the next. And I can't wait to see you guys in Europe. And thank you in advance for being there to follow along on the journey. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.